What's the most unexpected hobby or passion you've discovered through a random conversation with someone? Scranton, 2003. I used to be a belligerent alcoholic and once got thrown out of a bar for being obnoxious. The bouncer carried me out over his head. Dude was about 300 pounds and 7 feet tall, waiting for a friend to pick me up. Even though I was belligerently drunk, we somehow managed to have a very in-depth conversation about abstract expressionism. Turns out he was an art history major. Dude looked like Andre the fucking Giant. I'm sober now, but I think about that time guy from time to time. I hope he found a cool job at the museum or something. When I worked at the skate shop, a customer came in with an autograph board that he said came from the Salvation Army thrift store. He said they got in all the time autograph boards just like his. That random combo was the impetus for me to get into thrifting. Well, that, and coming of age during the hipster fixie era of biking, where I was told that one specific thrift store sold vintage road bike frames. So, after I bought and rebuilt road bikes, the search for skateboards was what really got me into going to thrift shops on a weekly basis. I couldn't think of one. Asked my wife. She pointed out the fact that I find deals where I can review electronics, usually gaming stuff and computers, and get to keep them was weird. I just really enjoy getting odd third-party peripherals or small, low-spec PCs and seeing what I can do with them. NTO a nice little Plex server for myself, my wife, and a few friends. I turn later sets of stuff into cute little emulation boxes so friends who have kids can play their childhood favorites together. Well, I wouldn't say I'm a furry, but I was at a convention and a friend asked me if I would wear a fursuit for $100. I was like, yeah, why not? If nobody saw my face, why'd have a problem. He told me I should get a picture with a sweater, so I did. After the con, I wanted to see what all the fad was about, so I did some deep diving about the community and took a liking to it. I think furries are chill, and I don't have a problem with them. The art's pretty cool as well. Met this guy this Saturday. Told him I'm from Romania. He goes on to tell me how he loves watching videos of people climbing abandoned industrial chimneys in Romania. Apparently, you have some of the tallest ones. Literally never heard of this being a thing. This guy was actually asking for directions to this small city where the biggest one is located. He is very set on going to see it. Madness. I discovered a good friend of mine was a published author on the subject of the etiquette of Victorian place settings. I had no idea he knew anything about place settings, let alone Victorian ones, as he's quite the dude's dude and definitely did not place set a thing at home. Anyway, I bought the book off Amazon and made him sign it. I was on a backpacking trip on Chile. Met this Turkish guy that said his plan was to try every single hallucinogenic mushroom on South America. You always hear different reasons why people are traveling, but this dude I have not forgotten. I don't even criticize. Sounds like an amazing plan. Chatting up a customer about urban foraging, like grabbing edible plants from city spots, sounded nuts. But her stories about scoring apples and herbs around town got me hooked. Now here's my weekend gig. Hunting down fresh stuff to spice up my dishes. I had a friend tell me he makes fermented pickles and sauerkraut. I asked for directions and started fermenting foods. My favorites are beet kvass and kimchi. I just wish my family enjoyed them. I never thought I'd find myself passionately collecting vintage doorknobs, until a chance encounter with a locksmith at a coffee shop turned into an obsessed conversation. When we went to Zoom meetings due to COVID, I noticed some antique cameras in the home of a co-worker. I also collect antique cameras, and had no idea that he did. DOC never even heard of it until a friend online mentioned it was premiering soon, so I watched and have been obsessed ever since. Yes, over 20 years now. A friend of mine casually mentioned reading and enjoying the Hornblower books. I'd never heard of them. Now I love the books and that era of history. Someone I was talking to showed me a picture of their aquarium but called it an aquascape instead. It was beautiful. Sent me down a rabbit hole. Apparently, there are sourdough fanatics. My mum made sourdough bread once. got hooked and now she's making sourdough everything. Herpetology is one of my hobbies. It piques people's interest, though I frequently avoid mentioning it.